Welcome, friends. Let's dive right in. Have you ever felt like a fish trying to swim against a powerful, crashing waterfall in a cold, gray city? The harder you splash, the more exhausted you become, yet the destination remains stubbornly far away. We are all caught in this relentless, tiring urban race. To be honest with you, I used to be a person who worshipped blind effort, thinking that constant struggle was the only path to achieving my dreams. I believed that by tensing up and clenching my fists, I could grab hold of success. But reality eventually delivered a painful wake-up call to my soul. It was at this very moment that I realized my grip was too tight. I needed to find a different way to navigate this chaotic, demanding life. I sat down, took a deep breath, and finally looked at the truth. My struggle wasn't bringing me closer. It was actually pushing my goals further away. The word talong, or letting go, began to emerge in my mind, drifting like the gentle steam from this cup, offering a brand new perspective. In psychology, there is a fascinating paradox known as the law of reversed effort. It explains why our most desperate attempts often lead to total failure. It is exactly like holding a handful of sand. The tighter you squeeze your hand, the faster the sand slips through your fingers and onto the ground. When we stop trying to control every single grain, the sand stays in our palm. This is the essence of the struggle we face every day. The law of reversed effort suggests that the more we consciously strive for something with anxiety, the less likely we are to actually achieve our desired goal. Think about those nights when you suffer from insomnia. You tell your brain it must sleep right now, but that very command keeps you wide awake. Your mind becomes a battlefield. Every must sleep is a drumbeat that signals your brain to stay alert, creating a cycle of stress and wakefulness. Or consider a relationship where you are so afraid of losing someone that you become controlling. Your fear actually drives the person further and further away. We create an invisible barrier with our own tension. This internal resistance blocks the natural flow of success and happiness that should be coming to us. We think that if we just push harder, we will overcome the obstacle. But often, the obstacle is the very act of pushing itself, not the stone. To see clearly, the water must be still. To act effectively, the mind must be relaxed. Constant tension only muddies the waters of our true potential. Why do we feel the need to tense up? It is because we carry the heavy weight of false expectations that we have built over years. We write a perfect script for our lives and demand that the entire world follows our lead. We become directors of a movie that won't cooperate. These must-haves are the chains of the mind. They tell us that we are not enough unless we reach a specific, often impossible standard of perfection. When reality fails to match our rigid script, we panic. Our response is to tighten the grip even more, hoping that force will fix the situation. But force is the enemy of flow. Take a deep breath right now. Feel the weight of those expectations and realize they are just mental constructs. When you stop demanding a specific outcome, the chains begin to dissolve. You are no longer a prisoner of your own desires and rigid future plans. Notice how the tree survives the storm by swaying with the wind, not by resisting it. Flexibility is the ultimate strength in a changing, unpredictable world. The solution is not to stop trying, it is to change the way you try. We must move from desperate grasping to a state of curiosity. Think of a child playing. They don't worry about being successful. They are simply curious. They explore for the sake of the journey itself, not the end. They aren't calculating their return on investment. They are fully present. This curiosity is the secret to high performance without the soul-crushing weight of stress. Instead of saying, I must achieve this, try saying, I'm curious to see what happens if I give my absolute best effort right now. When you shift your focus from the trophy to the task, your hands relax. You become a conduit for creativity rather than a wall of tension. Letting go of control is actually the highest form of mastery. It is trusting your skills and the process enough to let them work naturally. Let's apply this to real life, starting with the workplace. Stress does not help you meet your deadlines. It only makes your brain function less efficiently. When you stop obsessing over the promotion or the boss's opinion, you can finally focus on the work itself. That is when your best ideas arrive. Admit what you don't know and be open to learning. This vulnerability removes the pressure to be perfect and allows for genuine, rapid professional growth. In love, letting go is an act of deep respect. Stop trying to mold your partner into a dream version you created in your own head. When you stop weaving dreams and start accepting the real person in front of you, the relationship begins to breathe and grow on its own. You will notice that when you stop forcing things to happen, they often start happening by themselves. Life has its own beautiful, natural, steady rhythm. The art of unbinding yourself is about returning to your original state. It is about realizing that you don't need to be in constant combat. Unbinding your soul is not about giving up or being lazy. It is about releasing the unnecessary tension that clouds your vision and slows your steps. It is like clearing the weeds from a path so you can see the ground beneath your feet. You still walk, but the walking becomes effortless. Stop forcing the world to behave according to your thoughts. Allow the world to show you its own path, and you will find your place. When you are no longer chasing success with a desperate heart, success finds you. It becomes a natural consequence of your relaxed and focused state. Take this lesson with you into the world. Be light, be curious, and most importantly, be kind to yourself as you navigate your own unique journey. May you live a life of ease and flow. May you find success not through the clenching of fists, but through the opening of your heart. Thank you for joining me on this journey today. I wish you a life of smooth paths and very little suffering. Until we meet again, friends, remember, the most powerful thing you can do today is to simply let go. Success is already on its way to you, right this moment. Consider the silence between the notes in a beautiful song. Without that space, there is only noise. Your life needs that space to become music. One small act of letting go can ripple through your entire existence, changing your health, your work, and your relationships in ways you never imagined. You are the bird, and the cage is your own mind. Open the door. The sky has always been there, waiting for you to fly. True power comes from within, not from the external world. When you are at peace with yourself, the world has no choice but to follow. A flower doesn't struggle to bloom, it simply allows the process to happen. You too have a natural timing for your own personal blooming. Trust your intuition. It knows the way, even when your logical mind is confused. Let your inner voice guide you toward your true destiny today. In the grand scheme of the universe, our worries are small. Release them into the stars and find comfort in the vastness of all that is. When we let go of our own ego, we find the space to help others. This is where true meaning and lasting success are truly found. Success is not a destination. It is the quality of the journey. Make your journey a warm and bright experience for yourself and everyone else. The river never doubts its path to the sea. It flows around every rock and through every valley with a certain, unshakable, and quiet confidence. Pass on the wisdom of letting go. Teach the next generation that their value is not measured by their level of stress or their achievements. Look toward the light. When you focus on what is good and what is possible, the darkness of your struggle naturally begins to fade away. Time is a tool, not a master. Stop letting the clock dictate your worth. Move at the pace that feels right for your own unique soul. The path ahead is clear now. You have the tools and the mindset to succeed without the pain. Step forward with a light and happy heart. Every breath is a chance to start over. Every exhale is an opportunity to release what no longer serves your growth or your ultimate happiness. You are growing even when you can't see it. Trust the hidden processes of your life and have faith that everything is unfolding exactly as it should. Knowledge is seeking information, but wisdom is letting go of what is unnecessary. Be wise today and choose peace over the constant noise of struggle. Balance is the key to everything. Find the point between effort and surrender, and you will find the sweet spot of a truly successful life. You are your own greatest ally. Stop being so hard on yourself. Treat your soul with the same kindness you would offer a dear friend. Fly high above the drama. When you change your perspective, the problems that once seemed huge suddenly look very small and manageable from above. Your internal compass is working perfectly. Trust it to lead you toward the people, places, and opportunities that align with your true, relaxed self. The harvest of your life will be bountiful if you plant seeds of peace. Success is the fruit of the soul that knows how to rest. Step into the light of your new life. You are ready, you are capable, and most importantly, you are now completely and beautifully